Semifinal and Dragway for the Outlaw Promods gun racing tour video. We got a lot of videos being made today. There's Frank Soldridge. Corvette, driven by Turbo. He said he's going to be running in the radio class. See how fast he can go. Because I know this car can go 370s. It's been in the 70s before, he said. Long time since Frank's been on the channel. Like a really long time. A little bit higher altitude here in the Kentucky Dragway. Kentucky Dragway was the last time he was on the channel in this car. First time with him. Here we go. Frank Soldridge. Next up, I believe it's going to be a return to the Outlaw Promod class. I can hear it. Can't see it yet. There we go.
Stephen Stringer beat Lynn Woods in the final round. Jimmy Taylor is not here this week. What? Jimmy Taylor is. Oh my God. Oh, that is awesome. That's two Jimmy Taylors. That was the point of that show. Wow. Here we go. Tom Stringer, 411 for the Batman car. There are two Jimmy Taylors. The NPK one is not here. The Wild Thing is. That was the joke. Probably wasn't funny. Bad jokes aside, this is Jimmy Taylor. The Wild Thing, Jimmy Taylor. Did not really make much of a run on his shakedown run. Watching my videos, it would be go to the track and see it for yourself. It's amazing. Promod cars are inspected. More trucks. Good driving to get it to go down the track, 434. Here we go. Next up, Cheyenne Stanley in the Mustang over there. Dustin, oh my God, I'm so bad with names. His name's Dustin, the Corvette, I do know that. Tom Stringer still sits at number one qualifier. Let me explain this. Frank Soldridge there in the Corvette came to run radials, and I don't even think there was any more radial cars here. So, today, Frank, you're an Outlaw Pro Mod. Welcome in. Here we go. Leafy's at a big disadvantage. That being said, that is still a bad car. I mean, that thing is fast. So is this Stephen Stringer. Stephen Stringer, so #1 qualifier on not a good run. Pedal it twice and still #1 qualifier. Hear it? I hear it. This is the current track record holder at 206.99 mile an hour. And probably the reason a lot of you clicked on this video. Up, he's not going to be able to make a run at least this session. Jet field. He's back there. I was really excited to watch him go. He's on a good train here. So, hopefully, he finds out. He's going to be up next second. I think this is the last one. A whole tenth. Number one qualifier. 198 mile an hour. How about that? Did I say Tim? I meant to say Jim. What the way? Jim Howe. Number one qualifier. Alright, this is session 2 of Outlaw Promods. Corvette on the far side and the Batman car on the close side. A to B without pedaling in the first session. Tom Stringer, the first one to do it. 20 rounds, 1
There you go.
205
205 Stanley.
Almost laid it down that time.
Alright, here comes the wild thing. Jimmy Taylor is on the
Frank shoulders on the bump spot.
Stanley gonna go on to the next round. The Corvette knew he had to take a shot at it. He went for it. Went a little early. All right, next up. Tom Stringer and the Batman car. Here we go. Number 4 qualifier, Tom Stringer. I believe he ran a 409 while pedaling. So I believe if both cars could hook up, then both cars could make a really strong pass. The Batman car would probably win. That being said, Tom Stringer knows this track better than anything. Promods, so anything can happen. He's probably going to make a solid pass. We don't know about the Batman car. Let's see it. Batman car gets the win. That was a good race, too. Pedaling it. 40 on the tree, 406. Tom Stringer did exactly what they wanted to do. Good run. Just wasn't enough to beat Batman that time. Semifinal looking tough already. 3 and 6. Here we go. Number 3 qualifier, Stephen Stringer on the close side. Both times we were here last year video on the Promods, he won. Is today the day that someone takes him out? Or does Stephen Stringer continue to dominate the Promod class here at London Dragway? It's going to be hard today. There's a lot of cars. To this point, hopefully it stays that way. Getting a little bit more humid, but hopefully it stays fine. Here we go. Jimmy Taylor was 1,000 red anyways, 001 red, and I give him credit. That's not bad. He knew Stringer had the performance. Stephen Stringer always has great performance.
knew he was going to have to go for it, and he went for it. Went 1,000th of a second with it. Credit to him though, he went down the track, made a good run. It's just really, really hard to beat Stephen Stringer. He is really good. Now, I'm not meaning to jinx anything. This would be cool. If Jim Howe goes to the semifinals and wins this race, or this round, I mean, then all 4 cars in the semifinals will have been in the 380s today, and I've never seen that happen here. This is a really good track, but usually when they do Promods, it just is unfortunately a 95-degree day, or it's super humid. And today is just perfect conditions for Promod racing, and these guys are laying down the numbers. Usually there's 1 or 2 that can go down in good or bad conditions, but today is perfect conditions for this. Alright, here we go. Get ready for the final pair of the first round. Frank Soldridge is going to be over there in the Ghost. Drag radial Corvette. Does not have much luck today. Regardless, this is something pretty cool for him to say he's done. He's racing Jim Howe after this one. That being said, Frank is one of the smartest guys I know. He has tuned a lot of cars. This is his first time up here in forever doing this. So he's just kind of struggling today. But he's still Frank Soldridge. And I know he still gets that car to go down the track. Once again. Now, question for Frank. Jim Howe, #1 qualifier over here on the close side, has been burning it up. Second pass wasn't great, but the first pass got his #1 qualifier for 380. So, if I'm Frank, am I tuning it all the way down to go down the track and at least make a run? Or am I going to go for it again? I don't really think I would go for it because it's been spinning the tires. On a perfect track, perfect conditions, with radial prep, Frank can go 370. So can Jim Howe. Jim Howe's got twice the tire that Frank has. Prep is not radial prep right now. It's Outlaw Promods prep. We're going to find out. Here we go. Semifinals. Jim Howe is going to be against Batman, and Cheyenne Stanley is going to be against Stephen Stringer, I think. I'm pretty sure that's the order. Stay tuned. Semifinal round coming up. Just a little update on the Promod situation, or well, the Jeff Bill situation. They've struggled today, had some car problems, but they didn't make the field. Wow, that was embarrassing. Out of eight car field, they didn't get to make a run. This is the first time out in a year for them, but they are going to go up one more time and try to make a hit. Obviously, support them. They're really nice people. If you ever had an Outlaw Pro-On race, make sure to go see Jeff and his crew. They're awesome. They it wasn't last year, it was the year before that up here. They were up here, and I did an interview with him, and he's just a really nice guy. And I was going to walk up today and ask him, hey, do you remember me? My name's Donovan, whatever. And I walk up to him, and he just gives me a hug and grabs me. He's like, dude, I've been following you. You've been doing great.
He's awesome. Great people, great group of people. And not saying anyone else isn't. The Stringers, they're awesome. Basically anyone you talk to, seriously. This is why drag racing is by far the best of the best when it comes to racing, is because it is really for the spectator. Like, I mean, the events are perfect for spectators, and I'm here as a spectator this week. I'm not racing, my car's blown up, so it's been awesome. I've had a blast, and I know I've said this already, but I strongly recommend, if you have not been, go to drag races. Go to your local drag strip. Go to bigger events like this. Go to the nationals. Go to everything. Go to drag races.
All right, here we go. Semifinal round. Jim Seeger out of Alabama in the Batman car. Joker walking up there with him. And then Jim Howe. Not often does the number one qualifier give up lanes to him. But Seegers was quicker last round, and he got lane choice. Put Howe in a lane that he did not want to be in. The left lane. Seegers is yet to go all the way down without pedaling one time. Last run was a baby pedal, and I believe it was a 389. Something like that. I 380. It was still a really good pass. Jim Howe now with 380 in the first pass. And then the second two struggled. He escaped round one, keep race open. But I don't think that's the shot right here. The winner's gonna have to go down the track. Let's see what happens. Howe is out of it. Seegers goes to the final round with 385 at 190 mile an hour. Jim Howe, thanks for coming.
Only 100th of a second between them.
Wow.
Going for the 330.
Batman in the final round. Still really cool to get to see Jim Howe, though. I've never seen him race before, and got to see him run a 380 today, so that's pretty cool. Oh, for round one was Cheyenne Stanley with a 382. He's going against Stephen Stringer. Man, this is going to be a good matchup. Cheyenne Stanley went 200 mile an hour in round one, so we'll see what happens. Here we go. Stephen Stringer fired up. The Joker scouting out the competition for the finals. Gotta love it. Here's Cheyenne Stanley on the close. Stephen Stringer on the far side. Here we go. Matchup in drag racing. So all of you Chevy fans or Ford fans, take your pick. Leave a comment, talk some smack. Don't be an a-hole, but talk some smack. Don't put way to go out. But 382 at 198 from Stephen Stringer, and on to another final round. Man, that sucks for Stanley. That's not a good way to go out, but it happens when you're running pro mods. Tough exit, but 385 versus 382 in the final round. Seegers and Chris Stringer. I mean, not Chris Stringer, good lord. Stephen Stringer. Jim Seegers and Stephen Stringer in the final round. I'm really having a hard time thinking today for some reason. Alright, Jim. Make a good run here. Black Widow. Best pass he's made all day. That's good. Hasn't been racing in over a year and got it figured out and went down the track. There's still work to be done, but good job, Jeff and the Black Widow team. Made it down the track first time to tractor crap on the track. You know what that means? It's time. Final round. Jim Seegers in the Batman car over there. 62 Impala, and then behind the side-by-side there, you can see the blower picking around. That's Stephen Stringer Camaro. Final round coming up. Final round. Jim Seegers on the far side. 36. And still the defending Pro Mod Series champion on this YouTube channel, Stephen Stream. Thank y'all for watching.